Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If you read the title, I just got a new part for one of my chainsaws, a gouge. Basically we're going to be unboxing this thing together, putting it on the saw and giving it a go, seeing how it works, see how it performs. Be sure to hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let's see what we've got in this box. Alright, so the gouge I ordered should be in here, and any hardware I need for putting it on the saw. Now, I found this gouge on Etsy. This thing was shipped over from Russia. There's other gouges out there you can buy. This, by far, was the cheapest one I could find at less than a quarter of the price than, well, the really high-priced ones. If you get online, you get looking, you will see they're a lot of money. This gouge cost me about $120, and I think it was like 45 bucks for shipping. So I'm gonna go ahead, open this up, and well, let's see what we've got. It's kind of funny, we got like shipping packing tape here. It's all written in Russian, I'm assuming. Alright, so we've got a little tool here. Kind of looks like a grinding wheel tool. Take your discs on and off. Got another wheel with a belt. Well, for the belt. This thing. There's the gouge. Now, this is a belt-driven gouge. So I've got these pulleys. This pulley goes on the saw. This will mount on the end of the saw, and we'll have a pulley be able to attach there to spin everything. Got some nuts and bolts in here. Let's see what else. Got some other little pieces here wrapped up in paper, I guess. So with some searching online, I could really only find, I don't know, maybe one or two gouges, and they're going for like $700. You want to talk about a gouge? I don't know. That's just a lot of money. I get it though. Specialty tools, you're going to pay for them. Totally get it. But yeah, for a guy that's not making millions of dollars at the moment, that's not feasible for me. It might not be feasible for you either, so I guess we'll see if this is a good alternative. Not quite sure yet. Like I said, just got it. So comes with these little printed instructions on paper that's probably thinner than newspaper. If anybody can read Russian, you might be able to follow these. I cannot, so yeah, put that back in the box. Paper, get that out of the way. Alright, so looking this thing over, you definitely got to tighten everything up. The head's loose, nuts and bolts are loose. Obviously they just throw it in the box and ship it to you. I haven't had my hands on one of these before, so we're kind of just looking this whole thing over here together, just kind of seeing what we got. Seeing what we're dealing with here. Got a nice bearing in there. Got a snap pin that holds it in place. This pulley apparently just twists on. Maybe. I did just twist it off, so. So that's on. That's pretty tight. These little teeth here all seem pretty tight. I mean, they're not like razor sharp. They feel pretty sharp though. Not razor sharp, but I mean, really just going through it, you know. You can see these teeth are, there's 4 teeth on this cutter head. This cutter head's like about 4 inches or so. It's all welded stock. I'm gonna tighten this up. If I go the correct way. which is counterclockwise. That would probably be really good. You know, you almost need two of these. So you can put one back here, hold this, and one there to hold that. Hey you guys bet make these. Send out two of these so we can crank on this stuff. Tighten them down. I'm gonna go see if I got another one in the shop that'll fit. So I found another wrench from one of my angle grinders. It just barely fits in the slots, and I cranked on the other side with the one they provided. So the head is solid, nothing wiggles around here anymore. So according to the pictures I was looking at on Etsy, so that's where I bought this from, this piece would be mounted down here, and it's so when you set this down, your gouge isn't in the dirt. To me it looks like that thing will do just fine. I'm gonna leave this off. It's just something else that'll end up in my way. But you do have some nuts and bolts here to hold this piece on, so, and some washers. I'm gonna just throw them back in the box for now. Let's see, you got a little Allen wrench here, where these teeth are. There's a, it fits in there so you can undo and take the teeth out, spin them, probably replace them when needed. Throw that in there. Well, I mean, it kind of seems real simple, honestly. I'm gonna pop this cover off, get this bar off, and get this thing on the saw. Pretty excited to give this thing a try. I've never used a power gouge before, so you know, this is like a kid on Christmas, to be honest. Whole new toy to use on carvings and just see how this thing performs, see if it's worth the money. I mean, to me, spending 120 bucks on something new is worth it, as long as it does some of what it says it'll do, compared to spending a lot more. I know when guys do power gouges, they drain the oil out, and I did not drain the oil out of mine yet, so we'll drain the oil out in a minute. First, I really want to just get this on and keep this moving. Got to get rid of this snap ring without losing it. Washer. Pop this case out. If it'll come out for me. Brake's not on. Come on. All right, finally popped that thing out with a screwdriver. Had a nice little lip of sawdust and gunk on there. That's why it wouldn't let loose. Set that aside. I'm gonna grab the air hose and just blow this out real quick. That out real quick with the air line. Let's see how theirs fits. Popped right in there. That's kind of nice. And she fits. Make sure your bushing stays in. Not like I just did and popped it out. Whoops. Alright. Let's get that in there. And put a washer back on. I'd say put our snap ring on, but it's not gonna fit. Don't quite have enough clearance by the looks of it. I think that washer doesn't give me enough clearance to put the snap ring on. It's not quite enough room. They didn't mill enough out of the top here for that washer to fit in there for your snap ring to go in there. Without it, it kind of looks like there'll be too much play. kind of silly, but it's probably why they sent me some washers in there in the box. So let me put this on, hopefully for the last time, because that's getting annoying. No, they got a couple washers in here. I'm assuming they're for the bolts, but maybe they'll fit. Eek. Well, I'm gonna take one of these over to my belt sander and just sand it down and get it a little bit thinner so it'll fit in here, because boy, I don't know, that snap ring might, yeah, it's not gonna go. Gonna grind that washer down some, and then we'll come back and pop it on there. After taking one of the washers from the box and, well, using my flat file, holding it in vice grips and just filing the heck out of it, I can finally have a thin washer and the snap ring back on. So that's good. Let's see what we've got to do here for this. This thing's a little sketchy. Doesn't quite fit over this plastic piece I've got here though. So I think I'm gonna have to take the chain tensioner out. It kind of looks like that's all in the way. And that's out. I'm gonna put that right in the same box as the parts. So honestly, I don't want to lose anything in case I decide to convert this saw back. A little oily in there. Alright, let's see how this fits now. Fits on there now. Now I've heard that this cover won't fit due to the belt. It might. Let's see. Nice, but I'm not sure if the belt and the pulley are going to be in the way. Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to run on the plastic right there. Plastic cover on the inside. And potentially the bottom. So I think I'm gonna have to run this with the cover off. That's probably what the two bigger washers were for. Put them in their spacers, maybe. I don't know. Let's try it. See if these washers will fit. Maybe we can get the cover out a little bit farther. Not quite gonna have enough threads though for our nuts. Take the two off, try it again. And get a couple of spins out of it. Might have to run this thing with no cover. Boy, it looks close. It might miss. I'm going to loosen these up though and see if I can't get that gouge to slide forward just a little bit further. Kind of tough because there's no spots for the tensioner to fit in there. So it's not like you can really tighten the heck out of this thing. Which, I mean, with a belt, I guess you don't want it super tight anyway. But I do want to make sure it's far forward like it should be. Yeah, I'm looking at that belt on the inside and that thing is totally gonna rub. You can see it here. Maybe you guys can. So it's already hitting the plastic here. It's gonna hit the plastic there. You know what? Heck with it. I want to run this thing. Maybe we'll trim that plastic out later. Let's see if it interferes with a whole lot. My MS-180 is being a real pain in the butt. It doesn't want to start right now. Whatever. I'm kind of glad it didn't. Pulling it over a few times, trying to get this thing going. The head that I tightened up is already loose. Like, it's already loose. This thing hasn't been cut nothing. I just put it on. It's a little scary. I don't know. Try to tighten that thing back up some, I guess. Oh yeah, super loose. Well, there is a spot on the back of that head where you might be able to get a open face wrench in there. So I'm gonna grab a couple wrenches and see what it fits and try to really crank this thing down a lot tighter before I get messing around with firing the saw up again. The nut on the back side of that cutter, took an 11/16 wrench, and then I used the wrench they provided to tighten it up. So I guess really you don't need another wrench in the kit. My bad. Didn't realize that in the beginning. Whatever. It'd be nice though if my saw would start. Well, for the sake of saving this video, I'm switching chainsaws that we're gonna put the gouge on. This 180 doesn't want to run today. So I don't feel like messing around with the carburetor and all that junk. Instead, we're gonna take the carving bar off of one of my 170s. I have two 170s with carving bars, so it's not really a big deal. I'll just take this carving bar off and we'll put the gouge on it. I just fired this saw up a couple different times, so I know it runs. And yeah, hopefully we'll do some cutting with that thing pretty soon. I think I'm gonna try to see if a couple washers will fit on the inside here. And they do. Hopefully it'll move the gouge out away from the plastic here, keeping the belt from rubbing on the plastic like it was over there. I already got it apart, so might as well put them on. Let's get this back in. Washer. Clip on there. Really spins. We're already to this point. Might as well get this oil out of here because we don't need it. A washer on each. Got our gouge. Belt. really sure how tight this should be. The belt, that is. So just kind of playing around with it. There's no cogs or teeth on these pulleys, so it's a V-belt. It's probably going to have some slippage, I'm assuming, but okay. Head's sturdy. This stuff's on solid. Let's just do that again, make sure. Alright. Well, step over here and see what we got. Put that on. Well, I don't know if you guys could see. Yeah, you should be able to. That little log over there. This thing's cool. I don't know, feeling even more excited. I mean, yeah, I put it on a saw, took it off, put it on another saw. That's already behind us. This is fun, and I haven't even done any real work with it yet. So, yeah. I'm gonna take a couple moments and get my gear on, carve out a bear super fast, and then we're gonna hit it with this thing and I don't know, play around and see what we come up with. I mean, I've got some work I gotta get done anyway, so I might as well rip out a bear and hit it with this gouge. Like, I'm excited to really start getting into some wood with this. Just hitting it quick over there, I was already able to start shaping that piece. I got a feeling it's gonna take some getting used to and learning some technique with it, and we can learn that together. You know, the plan today is just to hit a carving with it, show you guys what, I don't know, what we can possibly do with it. We, as in if you guys get one. And then down the road, you know, maybe we'll get into some how-to videos and really show this thing off. Real quick before I get my gear on, it's really important that you guys give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I need that kind of support really to help this channel grow and continue to put out really good videos for you guys. Let's get playing around with this new toy. Alright guys, so here it is. You know, a bear I just ripped out, a couple chainsaws, and using that new power gouge. I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. It is way more of a forearm workout than just using the dime tip bar. You got some weight on that nose that you can really feel after a few minutes. It's doable though. It's something you can, you know, you'll build muscles and you'll get used to using it. I like the way it adds texture though to the bears. It's kind of tough to see on camera, and I will eventually do a video using that for texture, kind of maybe walk you guys through it when I get better at it. Yeah, not a professional, just some guy that likes to have new toys and make some cool pieces. I know there's a lot of you that watch my channel that are just starting out, and in my mind I'm still pretty green at this, but this is a fun thing to use. You know, right now 120 bucks. It was like $45 for shipping. Came from Russia. You can find it on Etsy. I will check with a buyer, and if it's cool, I'll put the link in this video, so you guys will be able to find that in the description if you want to be able to go there, check it out, purchase it yourself. I do plan to use it in future videos, keep using it on carvings, do more of a review once I've had it for a little while, because I mean really that's when you can tell if you've got something worth, you know, keeping, is if you use it and it lasts. You know, if it's burned out and junk within a week, then it's not worth spending 120 bucks on. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Jump over to my Instagram account. You guys can follow me there. You'll see this more often. You'll be able to follow more of my stories and more of my work and things I'm doing there. I'll try to have some more YouTube videos up at least once a week, but you know, this is a part-time gig for me, so being able to carve all the time is just not happening at the moment. But you know, if you guys can share this stuff, like it, get me some more subscribers, there's always that chance I could be doing this full time and giving you guys some really good videos more often. So as always, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.